And we are live at Waffle Board Breaks. How's everybody doing? Thursday nights, Waffle Board Breaks, second Facebook claim of the week, down to 31 boxes. That means Sunday's double box will get us into the 20s. Be 1 in 20, 1 in 30, 1 in 29 box odds on Sunday. Those spots are live on eBay. The will be 30 tonight after we stop whatever hits tonight's. So welcome. Make sure you get your bids in for this weekend. I believe we'll have at least one freebie this weekend. So every one of your spots, of course, will give you just a chance at whatever freebie we're giving away. We have a nice autographed jersey to give away on Sunday. So get your bids in. Every spot gets you a chance at the freebie. Every spot is eligible. Even if you hit this weekend, you're still eligible to hit that freebie. I won't ever begrudge anybody for having too much luck. So there we are. So like I said, just one box tonight, which will get us down to 30 boxes for this weekend, 30 and 29. So lots of great monsters still to hit. Lots of recent stuff still to hit. We have 13 from this last reload. We've hit 3 jerseys from this reload, but 13 from this last reload and still 9 from the previous reload. So that's 22 of our 31 boxes are just from the last 2 reloads. Of course, we have 2 boxes still from last year, 1 from January, and then 3 from March, 3 from April. So, 3 from February, 3 from March. This is April. This is technically the May reload is the 13. So 9 from the April, 13 from the May. Just the 3 each from the February, March, and then just 1 from January, and then 2 from last year. So you guys know your targets. You guys know what you're gunning for. It's good to see the new stuff is all pretty popular right off the bat. Of course, the previous reload rolls a little slow. I know we hit some of the big monsters out of that, but there's still some good stuff in that reload. Obviously, I'm more partial to some of those players than you guys seem to be. But, I'm a big fan of Scheifele is one of my favorites. And then Horvat is doing fantastic on the aisle. Cujo is one of the best goalies ever. Obviously, he doesn't have the cups, but he does have, I think, did he win one with Detroit? I don't think he did. So I think he's, but he definitely is one of the winningest goalies of all time. And that's a really nice Reebok Pro. And we have a couple, obviously, former Rangers. Shattenkirk's near and dear to me as a cup winner in Tampa. Georgie, of course, won the cup in Colorado. He's probably, I heard rumors maybe Flyers next year. So I know they're going to have some to figure out what they're doing. Their goaltending. I don't think he's going to be long for out in San Jose. So he might be headed back to the East. So we'll see if that helps him out and helps out the Flyers and their kind of rebuilt. He's still pretty young, so obviously he has a chance. And Jacques Lemaire, Stanley Cup coach, Stanley Cup player with the Canadiens. It's a pretty cool one that sits in that reload. It's but like I said, I know the old ones are near and dear to you guys. We have some fantastic jerseys that have been there a while, and of course the reload has got some really cool stuff. It was funny that last 4 spots were all Adidas. So I know I still have some Fanatics. I love my Reeboks. There's still some Reeboks sprinkled in there. I try to get some good Adidas for you guys. There's even a couple CCMs. Of course, the Stamkos is a CCM junior jersey who makes the current CCM, makes the current junior jerseys, I guess. But that's from back when he played with the Sarnia Sting. So that's cool. Like I said, there's some good. I know you guys like the variation stuff. So I get the 50th anniversary stuff, the 100th anniversary stuff, the variations, reverse retros. I think there's only one reverse retro in there right now. That's the Horvat from either of the 2 seasons. But there's always good alt stuff in there. Obviously, the Richter's and Mitchell Ness, Bowers and CCM. So there's still good stuff for you guys to hit. Like I said, I don't begrudge anything that comes out. I know stuff has been there a long time. I like to see everything hit because you guys are so good to me, and I'm so good at hunting down stuff for you guys. Instead of working on the next batch already, I got about, I think, 9 or so new, and then I got probably 6, I think, boxed up variations. So if something hits, I have a backup for it. So it's looking pretty good. Like I said, we have a couple more weeks to go before the reload. Obviously this Sunday, then the following Sunday is the last one for the reload. Then the reload will be actually on the 26th of May. So we got a way to go here. We've still got tonight, and then 2 full weeks of breaks before we get to the next reload. So it comes fast, but we have some time to chew out some more big hits from the last couple reloads. So we'll see what comes out. Like I said, just one box tonight. We got just one game left. I think Washington's still hanging on to 2-1 lead against Carolina. I'm not watching that, but I definitely will watch the Vegas Golden Knights against Edmonton later. So everybody tune into that. Vegas is one of the top teams in the league, clearly. Obviously, they have some cup pedigree, and they're a good, deep, tough Western Conference team. And of course, Edmonton went to the cup last year, though everything kind of fell in their favor last year. But they're still a good team. Two of the best players in the league. Can't deny that, if not the two best players in the league. So anytime you got those two, you're never out of it. So the team is dangerous. If they get the solid goaltending, obviously Pickard's the man now instead of Skinner. But if they get the goaltending that they need to get hot again, obviously their comeback ability has been clearly on display. So, but Vegas is as legit a contender as you have. So, I mean, I think if they just Washington, I guess Tom Wilson had a fantastic game tonight. Just got an empty netter. He's like, whether you're a fan of his or not, he definitely brings that style of hockey that the Caps have grown to love. And he had a great game, great assist on the power play goal by Carlson to put them up 2-1. Fantastic game for him. Like, you see, he's the kind of guy that gets under your other team's skin and contribute a little bit offensively. So that's always helpful. And obviously he's out there, killing off time. He gets an empty net goal. So kudos to him. Like I said, I'm not a huge Tom Wilson fan, but I know what he offers to a team, and he's extra valuable, come playoff time. So he's not gonna embarrass you out there at any time. He definitely can chip in offensively, and everything else he gives you is pretty cool. So, like I said, I think Caps and Canes to me are both of them are Stanley Cup caliber teams, and I wouldn't be surprised if either one of them came out the East. But now that series looks to be locked up 1-1. We'll see if Florida can get back into their series. I think is that tomorrow, I believe. They're down 0-2 against the Leafs. The Leafs, everybody's feeling like this could be their year. They haven't gone, several rounds into a playoff series in forever. So we'll see. Obviously, they got a lot of money invested into their top tier players on that team, and they're contributing. Nylander's been great. Martin's been great. Matthew's been good. Obviously, Riley on defense, a lot of money being spent on that team with our front guys. Tavares has had a pretty good playoffs. So we'll see. Like I said, the playoffs are really good right now. This is the round I think you see, the cream rise to the top. Once you get rid of that first group of 8, then you get down to the next group of 8, and these teams are all, like I said, I would say, I guess 6 of them at least winning the cup. That's how good this round is. Maybe even all 8 could take a claim at it, but definitely these are the best teams we have left in the league, and it's fun to watch them play. Even if you don't watch them regularly, it's good to watch, especially the teams out west. You get a chance to see, how complete and how seasoned and veteran-led some of these teams are, how deep they are. I mean, the goaltending. You see goaltenders you don't usually see, and you're seeing them, sparkle and shine and come up with big save after big save, and the comebacks have been amazing. I was worried. Winnipeg worries me. Like I said, if they can't get things going in their series, they're going to be bowing out early again. But I said I still have faith. We'll see. That last game was crazy for them too. So they're a tough team. Obviously they're playing against the back goalie, and we'll see if they're able to swing things back into their favor. But that team is dangerous. They just seem to have gotten lackadaisical at times. I mean, it just seems like Hellebuck's not in as perfect a form as he needs to be, and that's going to be bad news in the playoffs. So we'll see. Like I said, we're looking forward to the rest of the playoffs. Obviously, after tonight, we got a couple of days off here before we break on Sunday. So take your time, get your bids in, and we'll be back here on Sunday. But expect a freebie on Sunday. Every spot will be eligible to hit that. It'll be an autographed jersey of my choosing. I have a couple here that I've been collecting that, for different reasons. Either, I don't know, I have a couple customs, but it won't be custom. It might be. Let's see what I got. I said I definitely got a free one for you guys on Sunday. So just think, every one of your winning bids on Sunday will be at odds of odds your chances to hit the freebie. So stick around after the double box on Sunday, because we'll give out the freebie jersey after that. Every spot is eligible, of course. So just one spot tonight. Then we get to watching the Edmonton and Vegas. I don't like to take anybody away from watching the two best players of this generation, or if not the two, possibly two of. Drysdale and McDavid are just amazing to watch. It's nice to see the babyface assassin contribute on that team as well, even though he's no longer the babyface assassin, but he definitely knows where to be, knows where to play with these talented players. And it's the team is good stuff. I mean, like I said, it's fun to watch them play. Zach Hyman, obviously, he's been a veteran from Waffleboard Breaks in the past, not as a Oiler, but we've had him in the Leafs, of course. We've had him in a couple other different teams, so it's good to see that team. Bouchard, obviously, on D. It's one that's it's just a good team to watch because they are so good. Having been in the finals last year, they obviously have experience as well. But we'll see if they can continue their run with the Oil this year. And Vegas is not going to be an easy out, so we'll see what that one is. But let's get going. Just the one box tonight. Let me see. We had a good turnout. Obviously, only 31 boxes. We had 11 or 12 different people claiming spots. A couple one-spotters, couple multi-spotters, since you guys know who you are. Obviously, Big Al, Derek, Nick, Ty, Steve, S, Ron, Sodic, swept in at the end to close us. Mike H, Thomas M, Jason M, CK. I think that's everybody. So you guys know what spots we'll go over. We'll see what hits, and we'll see who wins this. So good luck, everybody. Let me get my list up and my randoms. Here we go. Let me see. Where's my dice roller? Dice roller. Where's my list? Okay. Here we go. As always, 5 or more on our dice roll to decide which box we're going to open. Boxes are all here. Of course, 63 and 26 are the last boxes from those runs. You've been following along at home. You should know what's in those. Of course, we have 3 from the next run, 3 from the run after that. And then, of course, we have the 9 and 13 from the last 2 reloads. 93 has been hit, so that was the last box from this last reload, and that is no longer with us. So 92 is the highest on the list. So in order, the only one we've skipped so far is 60. If we don't hit 3, we'll skip that in the next reload. So good luck, everybody. Let's do it. There we go. 5 or more on our dice roll. What do we got? I'm spinning. What do you got? Okay. There we are. What do we got? Come on, slow poking. It is. It's not going to be good unless it's a 6. No! 6. 5 or more. That's right. It's a 6. We can do that. 5 or more we do. 5 or more on our dice roll. 6 times our list. Let's get back to our list. Why is it so sluggish? Okay. So here we go. 6 times the list. Good luck, everybody. Let's see if we can hit. Good luck to all you guys on your spots. Here's the first one. This is going to be sluggish. 31 spots. 2. Just going to take it easy. Obviously, don't want to mess it up here. 3. There we go. 31 spots. 4. My God, it's not 12. I have to refresh these windows. 31 spots. That was 4. 5. Okay, and the box we're going to open tonight is going to be box number. Let's see what you got. 26. There it is. 26. There it is. 6 times Box 26, 31 boxes, 6 times. Box 26. There we go. Box 26. Shouldn't have to make my notations, but I will. Box 26 it is. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of lag. I got that. So, but box 26, of course, that's got the sticker. Box 26. Everybody still here? Not lagging too bad on you? Box 26. Let's get this going so we get to the games. Box 26. Now we have 2 from last year, and everything else is from February through the May reload. Box 26 has been there quite some time, and there he is. The cat, Alex DeBrincat, Adidas Pro Model, Alex DeBrincat, Fanatic COA. There it is. Black ink sig on the Hawks. I'll see. There it is. The cat, DeBrincat, little guy, Alex DeBrincat, and beautiful, one of the best crests in all of sports, the Chicago Blackhawk. Their pro model crests are just unbelievable. Details, textures, all the stitchings, fantastic. Alex DeBrincat, of course, got your Tomahawks and Seas. Chicago on the patches. Alex DeBrincat, Adidas Pro Model. There we go. Very, very nice. Been in there quite some time. Only since, January. So there it is. That's had a couple different chasers over time, but lately it's been the same person, and that person is Big Al. Congratulations, Big Al. He finally got that target taken care of. Congratulations on Chicago Pro. Alex DeBrincat jersey. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Finally comes out. Like I said, those older jerseys have been hitting, some, except for the oldest jerseys, but the other jerseys have been hitting semi-regularly. We've been taking care of that stuff, but that's an absolutely beautiful one. Alex DeBrincat, Fanatics, Adidas. Oh, very, very nice. So congratulations to him. Sorry for everybody that did not hit. That is real nice to finally come out. So wish everybody some luck this weekend. Of course, Sunday we got 1 in 30 and 1 in 29 box odds. So get your bids in, and there will be a freebie given away also on Sunday night. So stick around after the break so you can watch the freebie given away. So every spot is eligible to hit that. So the more spots you have on Sunday, the more spots you'll have for the freebie. So, and it'll be a pretty cool freebie. So like I said, it's not nothing real junk I got to give away, but it's a real nice, obviously verified COA, of course. And I think it might be, I don't know if it's custom, it might be a Chinese. It's a nice jersey. So get ready for that. We have that on Sunday. So looking forward to seeing everybody back here. Enjoy the game tonight, rest of the games tonight. Obviously, just the Vegas and Oilers is fun to watch now that the Caps took care of Carolina, even up that series. There we go. So sorry for everybody that did not hit, but definitely be back here on Sunday for 1 in 30 and 1 in 29 box odds. So thank you very much. Waffleboard Breaks appreciates everybody's continued support, and we'll do it again on Sunday with a double timer. Thank you much, guys. Waffleboard Breaks is out. Enjoy the game tonight. Take care, guys.